For you in the latest election details.
We're live over breaking news right now with the latest on the search for an escapee from the Fullerton courthouse.
And racist flyers found in mailboxes in Eagle County, Colorado. Who sent them and how it may affect the case against Kobe Bryant. CBS 2 News at 6 starts now.
Now, CBS 2 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Drew Griffin.
And I'm Gretchen Carr. Here's what's happening at 6 o'clock. Breaking news now, a man escapes from the Fullerton courthouse.
Larry Welk flying above the scene in News Chopper 2. Larry, what's going on?
Well, he was only on the loose for less than an hour, but during that hour, a sheriff's deputy from the Orange County Sheriff's Department chased the suspect down from the courthouse. You're looking at a live picture right now of that suspect being treated for some injuries. Let's show you tape from earlier today. The Sheriff's Department immediately put out a call for help. The suspect was running away from the courthouse, and in foot pursuit was this sheriff's deputy. He took a tumble here at the bottom of the hill just below the courthouse. The suspect kept running. Now we will show you this entire area. We'll come back to a live shot and show you that the suspect escaped from the section on the right-hand side of your picture. That is where the inmates are taken into the courthouse. Ran across the street to the Washington Mutual parking lot, directly across the street on Harbor Boulevard. That is where he was hiding. The officers went in, they found him, and when they did, they discovered that he had been injured while he was loose. Now he is being treated right now, and he has not been transported. About 15 minutes he has been being tended to by the Orange County Fire Department, and he is now being put on a backboard and will be transported. So it is all over here. The suspect is in custody after about a long, 1 hour long search. Reporting live overhead, I'm Larry Welk in News Chopper 2. Back to you.
Larry, thank you. Now on to our other top story at 6 o'clock. It is one for the record books, and it is only the tip of the iceberg. A record number of candidates for governor have been certified in record time for an historic recall election that will be an even bigger task. We go live to CBS 2 political editor Linda Breakstone in our newsroom. She was first to break the news about the final number. Linda.
Well, Gretchen, we did have the number first at 5 o'clock, and now it's official. The Secretary of State has certified 135 candidates. Each of their names will be on the October 7th ballot. 247 originally filed to run for governor, but 112 were eliminated because of incomplete paperwork. We know that 48 are Democrats, 41 are Republicans, and the rest are minor party candidates or not affiliated with any party. And so now the campaign can officially begin.
There we have it.
Thank you.
We already know he's in the race.
Yeah, I'm Abner Zerd, and I'm running for governor.
And we know Republican Bill Simon's on the ballot. It's his second time in 11 months, and he's still running against Gray Davis.
I predicted that the budget deficit would be historic, and Davis said I was playing politics. Who was right?
To those who would deny a woman's right to choose, don't waste the legislature's time, because it will not happen on my watch, and I have kept that promise.
This morning, Governor Gray Davis rallied abortion rights activists.
As I never intended for this burden to fall solely on the motorists of California.
Yesterday, he called for the elimination of ethanol from gasoline and threw in an offer to repeal the new car registration fee. The other day, it was the Amber Alert. Davis is taking advice from former President Bill Clinton, appealing to his Democratic base, acting like a governor, a leader every day. We now know there will be a 9-page sample ballot with at least 7 pages of candidates, 20 candidates per page. And what a relief, only 1 punch card for voting will be required because so many of those who filed did not turn in the proper paperwork. And as we first told you yesterday, Arnold Schwarzenegger added several political heavyweights to his team. The latest came today with the announcement that wizard financier Warren Buffett signed on as an economic advisor. Buffett is the first big Democrat to join, and his task will be to assemble other prominent business leaders and economists.
It's a fascinating bit of political drama evolving in the states, in the country's largest state.
But many of these candidates may be conducting campaigns something like actor Gary Coleman.
No, I'm not going to stop. This is below grassroots level. It's just me. There's no staff. There's no campaign. Yeah, it's just me.
But the other Arnold Schwarzenegger, is deadly serious and kicked off his campaign with a $1 million personal donation today. Now, election officials also expect a record high absentee ballot vote for this historic recall. They estimate between 30 and 35% will opt to vote by mail. Live from the newsroom, I'm Linda Breakdown. Now back to you, Drew.
Linda, thank you. The question now for elections officials is how to get all those names on one ballot, especially if you're in a county with touch-screen voting. That is the case in Riverside County. CBS 2's Craig Figner has that.
Riverside County's electronic voting screens will be glowing with a dizzying number of candidates. It's high-tech balloting, but still safeguards are being built in for voters who might find the number of choices overwhelming.
There's a review screen that allows you to see where you've cast your ballot, because it's a vote for one for governor, no matter how many choices you have.
In San Bernardino County, voters will use paper ballots. The sheer size of San Bernardino complicates election night vote counts, especially from remote areas where ballots are cast like needles.
Historically, the sheriff has flown those via fixed-wing aircraft out to Rialto, and they get translated into a helicopter and brought over here.
If the race is close, all eyes could be on the slower count flowing in from San Bernardino County. The registrar of voters expects turnout of presidential proportions.
Anywhere between 60 and 80% of our voters could turn out this election.
It seems clear electronic balloting will be the wave of the future. In Riverside County, results are expected just hours after the polls close in October.
So we're hoping that, provided all of our poll workers get to the counting centers on time, that we will be done before 11 p.m.
Craig Figner, CBS 2 News.
Well, if experience is an important qualification, then Matilda Carol Spack will tell you she's got plenty of it. 100 years, in fact. We caught up with this energetic candidate at her job in Commerce. She volunteers 4 days a week. She explained her platform to CBS 2's Jay Jackson.
Too much money is being spent unnecessarily and not enough on what we have to focus our money on.
What should we focus our money on?
On educating the children, on taking care of the poor and sick, and not closing our clinics.
Matilda Spack admits one difficulty of her age. She no longer drives herself. Incidentally, she will be 101 years old on September 5th. Here now are some important dates for voters to take note of. You have until September 22nd to register for this election. If you are already registered but want to vote by absentee ballot, that deadline is September 30th. Be sure to keep it right here on CBS 2 for up-to-the-minute developments in the governor's recall election. Each day, we will bring you live extended coverage of this historic political event. And for the latest recall news at any time, you can log on to our website. You'll find it at cbs2.com.
And Gretchen, we have learned tonight an 18-year-old Lake Elsinore man has died while serving in Iraq. Daniel Parker died yesterday in Mosul, killed when the vehicle he was riding in swerved to avoid another car. In the meantime, 2 more American soldiers have died in bomb attacks during the past 24 hours. Both were in military convoys that ran over mines. And these are Iraqis from Al Sadr City, the Baghdad slum formerly known as Saddam City, demonstrating for a U.S. pullout from Iraq. Protesters saying they will not sleep at night until American forces are gone. And here at home, an American group is also calling for a complete troop pullout.
George Bush said, bring them on. We say, bring them home now. Bring them home because our troops should not have been in Iraq in the first place.
That protest group has about 600 members. They insist their campaign shouldn't be interpreted as a lack of support for those in the military.
A North Hollywood man is facing murder charges tonight, accused of killing a witness in another murder case. This is 24-year-old Juan Catalan in court today in Van Nuys. Police say he shot and killed a 16-year-old girl 1 week after she testified against his brother. Catalan is eligible for the death penalty, but prosecutors have not yet said whether or not they will seek it. And tonight there is a $10,000 reward in an unsolved Placentia murder that happened several years ago. Jack Harry Jesse was found stabbed in his home 5 years ago today. Police say their best lead came 2 years ago when someone anonymously called in a tip. Now the family is asking that same person to call back.
Our family grieves for him dearly, and that's why we want somebody that would, if they search their hearts, would come forward and help this family out.
Police believe the anonymous caller can probably tell them more. They urge anyone with information to call the Orange County Sheriff's Department.
Well, I'm sure this isn't news to you. Southern California remaining in this heat wave, another day of triple-digit temperatures. Even the experts say they are surprised.
A pressure system over the Four Corners in northern Mexico, and it's just kept pumping all that hot, humid air.
Well, despite the heat, meteorologists say the long-term trend for Southern California is cooler and wetter weather over the next 20 years. Byron, why don't we have it over the next couple of days?
Well, we could use some of it, right, Drew and Gretchen? Right now, we're looking at Santa Monica. That is the spot that you want to be. It was quite hot today inland, and it was hot along the coast, too. Let me show you some of the triple-digit temperatures that we encountered today. From Woodland Hills at 105 to 104 in Chatsworth, smoking in Lancaster at 103, the same in Van Nuys as well as parts of Sherman Oaks, 101 in Simi Valley. When I come back in just a bit, we'll do the 5-day. I'll let you know if there's a heat up. Believe it or not, there could be a heat up in the forecast, Gretchen.
All right, we'll see you then, Byron. An innocent man killed during a high-speed police pursuit. Tonight, we've uncovered new details about the driver who led cops on a deadly chase.
His stormy relationship with a former Hollywood madam now being played out behind closed doors. Will a jury convict actor Tom Sizemore of domestic abuse?
And racist flyers found around Eagle County, Colorado will reveal what they say and how it affects the case against Kobe Bryant. Stay with us.
Cadillac Escalade and the new Escalade ESV. Drive out loud. Cadillac. Breakthrough.
0% financing for 60 months on all new 2003 Cadillac Escalade models. Visit your Southern California Cadillac dealer.
Your car is a work of art. Your life is a work of art. But the chemicals you're using can be hazardous to you and our oceans. I'm Don Corsini with another in our continuing series of Making LA Better from the Streets. During the summer, it's more important than ever to think about how we use water. Over 250,000 of us throw trash into the gutters and storm drains every month. And eventually garbage, motor oil, household chemicals, and sprinkler runoff all ends up here in our ocean. Please call 188-CLEAN-LA or visit 888-CLEANLA.com to see how easy it is to get rid of toxic chemicals the right way so we can enjoy our beautiful oceans for many summers to come.
Where you're going, you'll need stuff like this. And if you expect to graduate in 4 years, you'll need this. Call now and you'll get a PC that works hard and plays hard when you upgrade to a compact Presario with Intel Pentium 4 processor plus monitor and HP color printer. For only $499 after rebates, you'll email photos, play games, listen to music, and oh yeah, do schoolwork. Call today and get free shipping and compact notebooks from $699. When it really matters, choose compact.
Tomorrow on CBS 2 News at 5 a.m.
President Bush in Southern California, and we're with him.
Plus a lesson for college students on how to avoid credit card debt.
And Kevin Costner returns to the Wild West.
Tomorrow between 5 and 7 a.m.
On a terribly hot day, a child has been left in that car. Aaron Fitzgerald is above this in Chino Hills. Aaron?
Well, from what we understand, this happened around 3:15. That's when the police got the call here in Chino Hills. This car is parked in the Chino Hills Marketplace. It's a large shopping facility with many businesses in it. And we understand the child was a 12-year-old boy who's been diagnosed with Down syndrome. He was in the car for about 30 minutes. Now, fortunately, paramedics arrived to find him in good enough condition to where he was able to be treated and then released to his parents. Now, the car, we understand, belongs to his teacher. He was in the custody of his teacher, and that's who we understand is responsible for leaving him in the car on this hot day for 30 minutes. So fortunately, not life-threatening injuries. He is now home safe with his parents. This could have been much worse. A close call here in Chino Hills. Reporting live from overhead, I'm Aaron Fitzgerald, the News Chopper 2. Back to you.
Good news, Aaron. Thank you for that. A high-speed pursuit ends in death when the driver of a van plows into a pickup truck. The chase began last night. This was in Pomona. Ended on Mission Boulevard and Ramona Avenue in Montclair. Police say the driver of the van was driving erratically, refusing to pull over. He crashed into a pickup truck. Police say the van driver was under the influence.
He's been placed into custody for vehicular manslaughter, felony evading, and assault with a deadly weapon.
The driver of the pickup was killed. His wife is in serious condition, and 2 children in that pickup are still hospitalized.
New information tonight about a deadly fire in a Hollywood apartment. Fire officials now say the smoke detector in that apartment had been disconnected. The fire broke out last night at the Lido Apartments on Wilcox. One tenant died when she either jumped or fell from her 4th-floor apartment and was impaled on the wrought iron fence below. Fire officials say a carelessly discarded heat source of some kind started the fire. A 50-year-old man was taken to a local hospital. There were no injuries to firefighters or anyone else in the building.
Flyers with a shocking message have been found in mailboxes in Eagle County, Colorado. Up next, we're going to reveal who sent them and how this may impact the sexual assault case against Kobe Bryant.
And yet another day of intense heat across the Southland. You're looking live at our Long Beach cam. Stay with us for Byron's forecast next.
Disabled and fired. When David injured his back on the job, his company promised to pay for his health insurance as long as he needed it. Later, they fired him. Can companies do that to longtime employees? Details tonight. Also, everybody has a story, and we have the best of them on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
Sometimes it just feels like you're working 24/7. Better get your priorities in order. First things first, the 2003 Honda Clearance. It only happens once a year and it's gone before you know it. Get special APR financing for as low as 1.9% for up to 60 months on 2003 Civics. Life can wait. First things first.
This is Brandon, and this is Brandon's job. What does Brandon get out of this job? Usually just a serious case of helmet hair. But what if Brandon checked out DeVry University? He could earn himself an associate degree in network systems administration or a bachelor's in network and communications management. And soon, Brandon would be looking at a good career, a good salary, and a whole lot more good hair days. DeVry University, your best career move. Call now. You gotta go up and down all day, huh?
Ross presents a Shoe Week extravaganza. Women's shoes, men's shoes, kids' shoes, and an extraordinary selection of athletic shoes. Save 50 to 70% on the top brands and the latest styles. So hurry to Shoe Week at Ross. The savings will be music to your ears.
Introducing the Lincoln Mercury family of SUVs. Lincoln Navigator, Mercury Mountaineer, and the new 302 horsepower Lincoln Aviator, just as luxurious as the Lincoln Navigator, only smaller. Come in now during the Summer Adventure SUV clearance event and lease a new Aviator for $399 a month with $43.74 cash due at signing. See your California Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
The jury is recessed for the day in actor Tom Sizemore's domestic abuse trial. Sizemore, who starred in Black Hawk Down, is accused of abusing his ex-fiancée Heidi Fleiss. During the trial, prosecutors played tapes of Sizemore's profanity-laced phone messages. Today, the jury asked for a transcript of those tapes. In closing arguments, Sizemore's attorney called Fleiss a liar and an extortionist. If the jury finds Sizemore guilty, he could be sentenced to 13 years in prison.
In Colorado, police investigating racist flyers distributed around Eagle County. Flyers allegedly tied to the case against Kobe Bryant. The 2,000 flyers were placed all over the county. This happened overnight. They're from the National Alliance, a white supremacist organization. They read, "Don't have sex with blacks, avoid AIDS." The group is against race mixing and says the Kobe Bryant case is absolutely the motivation behind the flyers. Residents, though, are outraged.
I find it very appalling. It's just disgusting. We live in kind of a safe, secluded neighborhood here, and this is the kind of thing we don't need, at all.
Police say the message is not illegal, but if they find those who passed out the flyers, they could face trespassing or littering charges. The FBI investigating whether any federal hate crimes have been broken. Bryant's next court date in Eagle is October 9th. CBS 2 will be there. Stay with us for continuing coverage.
Well, we know everybody's talking about this heat wave in Southern California. You really can't escape it. So what's next, Byron?
Yeah, I noticed it too. It's hot outside, and it will be hot over the next 5 days. I'm going to tell you that right now. Your 5-day forecast has maybe even a heat up in it. But before all of that, let's go outside and show you where you should be. If you're not inside with some AC going, you want to go to the coast. It's cooler along the coast. 91 degrees was the high today. The average for this day, 85. The record, 102. We were 11 degrees cooler than the record, but it was still hot. Let's show you the 2-view Doppler. A few drops dropped earlier, and Larry from Redondo Beach said, hey, there was a little drop that dropped on me while I was driving. You may see some moisture in the atmosphere over the next 24 to 48 hours. There's even a chance of a thunderstorm in the mountains. We'll get to that momentarily, but let's show you the temperatures. That's the big story across the Southland. 99 degrees in Lancaster. How about 89 in Fullerton, 97 in Riverside, 67 in Oxnard, and 75 in Santa Monica. Look at the satellite loop. The moisture to the southwest, I talked about that 2 days ago. I said maybe some of it will bleed over. It kind of did yesterday, south and east of us. Now it is over our area, and that's why you're seeing a few drops falling from the clouds. Not a big deal, though. The big deal, the temperatures. The best time to do your physical exertion, I've said this all week, is early in the morning. 76 in Lancaster, about 68 in Mission Viejo, 69 degrees in Anaheim at 8 a.m. Over the next 24 hours, high pressure to the east of us continues to bring in some of that moisture from the southwest. Therefore, hot and muggy. Here goes your 5-day, or your 5-day is coming up first. This is Thursday's forecast. 102 in Lancaster. How about 85? Big Bear Lake. 85 Dana Point, 90 in Torrance, and 80 degrees in Santa Monica. Let's go 90 on Thursday for downtown LA. Look at the heat up on Friday, and it could be even hotter over the weekend in the low 90s for downtown LA. 94 in Fontana, so says Ashley. She wanted to say hi to her dad, Sergeant Andre Proctor of the Army, and to all her friends at school and to her mom. 94 in Fontana. It's hot there. It's hot all over the place. See you back here at 11.
See you then. Thanks, Byron. And sports is next with Jim Hill.
Gretchen, coming up next, the Dodgers try to pick up some ground in the National League wildcard race, and the countdown is on for the 2004 Olympics. We will explain the Southern California connection next.
Now you can be the big winner. This hot casual shoe regularly sells for $49.50. It was on sale at DSW for $39.50. But at Shoe Pavilion, it's just $19.99. Save $20 every day. How's that for hitting the jackpot? Shoe Pavilion. Why pay more?
Wear it as a badge of honor. Give blood to the American Red Cross and learn about the Save a Life Tour at givelife.org.
Maybe it's time to switch to a bank that gives you the respect you deserve. Washington Mutual. More human interest.
Puzzled about where to buy Oakley boots and shoes? You'd pay up to $99 elsewhere for these men's and women's styles. But at Shoe Pavilion, you'll only pay $39.99. Save up to $60 every day. How's that for a perfect fit? Shoe Pavilion. Why pay more?
We first brought you their story last night on CBS 2 News at 6. Tonight, we're sad to report the local Little Leaguers didn't make it to the World Series. The Rancho Cucamonga Vineyard All-Stars lost last night to a team from Chandler, but it was close. Chandler, Arizona, 2-0. 12,000 people showing up to cheer them on, and they were treated to an exciting nail-biting game. Team members are 11 and 12 years old. While they're disappointed, they say it was still a thrill, making it to the Western Regional Finals.
I bet. Well, whether you're Major League or Little League, it's got to be tough to get that close and then just
That's right.
miss it.
And some of those little guys one day may make it to the major leagues and be able to help the Dodgers or the Angels. And if the Dodgers want to make the playoffs, it will have to be as a wild card this year, and that means leapfrogging 4 teams, including their opponent this evening, the Florida Marlins. Marlin fans had their game faces on as the Dodgers began the evening 3.5 games behind the Marlins for that wild card spot. Juan Pierre breaks a scoreless tie in the 3rd inning. He singles to center field, scoring Alex Gonzalez. The Marlins lead the Dodgers by a score of 1-0. That game right now is in the 7th inning. Meanwhile, Angel third baseman Troy Gloss may be gone for the year. A second MRI last night indicated he has a partial tear in his right rotator cuff. He injured his shoulder on this play last month. Gloss has been on the disabled list ever since. And in Tampa Bay, Devil Rays skipper Lou Piniella didn't witness the finish of today's game against Baltimore. Here's why. 9th inning, the Orioles' Luis Matos is called safe at first base. Now, Piniella does not like this call one bit. He flies out in a rage, and you know it, he gets kicked out by umpire Jerry Lane. So Piniella takes his frustrations out on his cap, kicking it not once, not twice, but 3 times, finally kicking it into the dugout or over the dugout for a souvenir. But the good thing about it, though, his Devil Rays still won the game by a score of 6-5 in 10 innings. In pro football, quarterback Byron Leftwich became the last first-round draft choice to sign with his team. Leftwich was practicing with the Jacksonville Jaguars this afternoon after agreeing to a 7-year, $30 million contract. And he doesn't think it will take him long to get into the offensive flow of things.
Right now, everything's fine. You know, I'm on the team, and now it's time to just go forward and just get as better as I can. You know, I know the plays. You know, I know what we want to do as an offense, you know, but now I just got to get out there and just get some reps on it.
And finally, this afternoon, in exactly 1 year from today, the Olympics will begin in Athens, Greece. So today, they started the official countdown clock at the Home Depot Center in Carson. The Home Depot Center will be the official Olympic training site for U.S. athletes.
Starting this clock to Athens is making me motivated. I feel like working out now. Hold on. But I'm just truly honored to be a part of the Home Depot family and to also represent the United States of America.
And the Home Depot Center in Carson is a beautiful facility for years and years to come for our Olympic athletes.
Can you go down and watch them train?
Sure you can, anytime you want.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great.
Right. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks,
you got it.
Jim. Time now to check in with Harold Green for a look at what's ahead on the CBS 2 News at 11.
Gretchen and Drew will have it for you right here. The California recall election is a spectator sport for now, but voters are getting into the game. We'll check out the high voter interest in this contest. Plus, as the debate continues over testing older drivers, see how you can approach the subject with a senior who clearly shouldn't be behind the wheel. Tonight on CBS 2 News, when I join Laura Diaz right here at 11, we'll see you then.
All right.
Thanks, Harold. That's it for us at 6. We know you have many choices for news, and we thank you for choosing us, CBS 2. I'm Drew Griffin.
I'm Gretchen Carr. Hope you have a great night.